gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Fuck it.
The investigation into singer David has intensified after the
What?
It's kind of sketchy. I mean, does he have an obsession with the name Celeste? We're gonna hear answers soon because I'm sure this week he's either gonna be in for questioning or behind bars. I mean, the kid isn't working. He's been dropped from everything, festivals, his own tour, his record label. So he's got nothing else out in the music industry. He was supposed to come out with a new album last week titled Marcescens, which is actually a word to describe when a tree dies and it holds on to like its leaves. Or like the leaves
What?
will die, but the tree will still hold on to it, which is like the idea of like holding on to dead parts, which is kind of morbid, thinking about him holding on to dead parts inside his vehicle, and that his next album, Marcescens, was kind of like the like technical word for this. Now, there are other people who are accusing David of knowing Celeste for a long time, since she was like 10 or 11. One person wrote, "I'm watching the live right now, but I just want to say that me and my friend are trying to recall everything. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her."
I know. I called this. I said he met her in Fortnite. I know Roblox brought into the. I'm telling you, I was like, I see he plays Fortnite a lot. Obviously, he probably queued up with her randomly. Weird shit, bro.
In like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure. And then he made her get a Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would joke about it and brush it off every time that it was mentioned. That's all I personally know, but my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. So I guess Pistol would talk to Celeste, and she claims that she would say that David would like harm her, like R-word her, but then would follow it up with a joke, so she wasn't sure if she was being serious or not. Well, David
What? He would joke about it and brush it off. Yeah, I'm watching it live right now, but I just well, I'm gonna run this all back. This shit. Let's run it back real quick. Hold on.
word. Everyone in the team knew about time since she was like 10 or 11. One person wrote, "I'm watching the live right now, but I just want to say that me and my friend are trying to recall everything. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her in like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure. And then he made her get a Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would joke about it and brush it off every time that it was mentioned. That's all I personally know, but my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. So I guess Pistol would talk to Celeste, and she claims that she would say that David would like harm her, like R-word her, but then would follow it up with a joke, so she wasn't sure if she was being serious or not. Well, David is about
What?
5 years older than Celeste is. And if she was 10 in 2021, that is pretty creepy that a 15-year-old was looking into a 10-year-old. Now I'm going to put this video on the screen because David's been called out by people in the past. In 2024, he was called out for messing with a 13-year-old girl on TikTok. And if you guys look at this video, you can see the comment is still there. So there have been warning signs out here since like 2024. People have been, like a niche group of people have been aware of his relationship with this minor. Looking at more proof, here is an instance where David and Celeste are linked up again through Spotify. People were looking at the data and could tell that they did collaborative playlists together. This is something that a lot of people in relationships will do or friends will do. Now, Celeste was on social media, but it's pretty hard to tell which was her accounts and to try to find a paper trail, but it looks like her sister actually was able to get into her Instagram. She revealed that they did not know where Celeste was and did not know David personally.
Hold on. What you say about the archive? Some of the archives right here. Yes, I do have access to her archive, but nothing from this account should go public. Police told us not to share any evidence since nothing has been finalized. And we're not even being updated on what's happening. For now, everything will stay private. Also, thank you all. We're so close to reaching the GoFundMe goal. Gracias por todo su apoyo. Significa mucho. What's in the archives?
her Instagram. She revealed that they did not know where Celeste was and did not know David personally. They only ever had heard of this man. She says Celeste was only 15 years old. She should still be here with us. She trusted someone who didn't protect her, and now she's gone. She said that police told us not to share any evidence since it's still being finalized. So it looks like police are going through Celeste's social medias as well and building up all of this evidence, which I think takes a lot more time than like physical evidence does. You know what I mean? Like they have to go online and get all these things straight, opposed to being at a crime scene where you take a sample and you test it. Recently, there was a memorial held in Celeste's hometown for her, and God bless all those people there supporting her and trying to fight for justice. At this point, if David is not arrested, then like what is the justice system? Like it's truly failed us. I found one creepy clip of him talking about his music, and when he played it for his mother had an adverse reaction to the fact that he's singing about killing people.
It was cool if she hated it. I played it for her in the car, and she was like, David, this song is too violent. You're talking about killing people in your music? No, not my son. And I was like, wait, I might be onto something, bro. So I dropped it right after that. And it went crazy. TikTok, viral, 1 million views overnight. I was like, oh yeah, we cooking, boy.
Now, if that was my sign, I'd be like, oh, we're going to the Looney Tune bin, or we're going to be headed to the church. We're going to do a little exorcism. Now, I know we briefly mentioned the idea of a third Celeste earlier. I don't know who the hell the third Celeste would be, but there is a interesting photo of David with a fan, and it looks like he was outside his own van. And if you guys look at the license plate, it looks like it's supposed to mimic like Celeste's name. Like, is this some obsession that he has with the name Celeste? Like, was this a random order? All of this is too much of a coincidence. Somebody looked into the second part of that license plate, the 885. It's an angel number. It carries a positive message of accomplishment. It suggests that you have the power to achieve anything you set your mind to and should be able to trust your abilities. In the matters of love, it encourages taking risks and trusting the process to improve your relationship. There's another disturbing video that is going viral that David had actually posted onto a server on Discord, but then later deleted. Could this be the Celeste that we're all asking about? Now, we've been talking a lot about Discord, but David's also on Reddit, and there are—
That's a Celeste. That's a Celeste. The other one that you guys are showing, that's not Celeste. That's Celeste.
people who are concerned that David is currently like editing the Reddit to try to remove things of people like calling him out and things like that, trying to cover his trail. There are people who are reporting that their posts have been deleted by moderators on this post, and they're all suspecting that it's David because most of David's team have turned against him. Some people actually suspect that David has several accounts, one of them being titled Failing for Me, which is where he goes and removes people's posts that question him. Now,
What's up, guys? I finally have Reddit. That's bigger. Does anyone else think it's odd that Failing for Me stated he does blah blah blah? I don't know what that says. It's blocked out by his camera to join and both mods and no one else. Man, move your camera. I can't see the message.
several accounts, one of them being titled Failing for Me, which is where he goes and removes people's posts that question him. Now, David wasn't in this alone. There were other people supporting his life and his lifestyle, like this guy Josh Marshall, who worked with David in his day-to-day life. So if there was a 13-year-old girl hanging around David, he 100% knew about it. He's also the one that helped David secure the house that he lives in, that probably Celeste was at some point. David was living in a house rented by his manager, Josh Marshall, who has a partnership with Interscope and also manages Little Mosey, who was acquitted of an R-word case. And he also represents Ruby Rose. Now, it looks like the company that Josh works for, it's called Mogul Vision, actually unfollowed David on Instagram. So he's trying his best to disassociate from this man. TMZ confirmed the house is rented by Josh Marshall, David's manager. Photos from February show him slouched on a piano bench, and a Twitch stream captures him singing in the kitchen with Benny Blanco. They compared the interior photos with the photos of the house on Real Estate, and they match. Look at this random clip of Benny Blanco hanging out with an alleged murderer. a suspected murderer. And they're all just hanging out like it's totally fine and cool. I wonder if Benny knew, but yeah, here he is in this house making all this content. It is disturbing to see how active this guy was. And there are so many celebrities who are now speaking out against him, but I didn't realize how cool he was with everyone. I would probably have to go to therapy if I found out I was hanging out with this guy, but I came across this article where it looks like there are people debating on whether David tried to push Celeste to do it herself. Like, there are lyrics where he sings about someone doing that. We can actually speak about this on YouTube. Like, I will get age restricted. So I just wanted to say that there's a conversation here before we close out of people saying that, like, is there a world where David like made Celeste do this to herself because he created such a hostile environment for her? And the thing is, I'm not going to write anything off. I mean, as far as like dismembering goes, like she can't do that herself. So I don't think she could have done that, but could she have wanted to be out of this world because she was trapped in a hell that this man had created? Yeah, 100%. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be keeping you up to date, especially that video where he's behind bars.
Oh, imagine that. I didn't even think about that. What if she, you know what I mean? And then he just tried to hide the body. You know what I mean? So, like, hold on. Like, imagine that. What if she, meaned herself? He didn't know what to do and he hid the body, thinking it was the better play to do or something. I don't know. Either way, it's still bad, but yeah.
Honestly, I didn't want to make this video because initially I felt like I'd just be milking it for content, and there's tons of other videos that people are making talking about the updates to the case. And I actually want to expand the conversation past just David because there honestly needs to be a discussion on Celeste's mom and just the general complicitness that I've noticed and the complicitness that everyone's noticed. But that's for another video this week, so be on the lookout. For now, I'm the Socrates. I'm gonna quit yambling and let's talk about some of the more disturbing things that this sick bastard has done. The first thing I want to talk about is this really weird clip that resurfaced of David and Celeste on stream.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids. It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm being so dead ass when I say this nigga gotta get packed up. I spoke about this being an open secret, and this clip just confirms that for me. Cause what do you mean he's saying that he media trained this little girl? And then her comment about him kids, which that's what he did, but the fact that she was saying that was just really unsettling for me. It was just really disturbing. And then David was saying that he wants the VODs deleted and the stream erased or whatever. That is a clear admission of guilt. So it just continues to show me that this was an open secret and that the people in these Discord servers knew that David was abusing a child for years. So let's talk about all the incriminating shit that's been around David since 2023, starting with a song that he made based on Celeste.
Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest.
Mind you, he made this song when that little girl was 13, and the lyrics are talking about how he and her were just getting
I would love to ease your mind. Hold on, let's bring this up real quick. What is he saying in this? What is he saying in this song, man? Let's find out. Darling, I would love to ease your mind, but you only open up when you get high. If I had the money, I would buy us time, just to get us by, just to stay high. The girl name on her chest. We've seen all this. I'm obsessed because okay, so he didn't say anything crazy. Be my Valentine. I want to make you feel. What? Be my Valentine. I want to make you feel suicidal. Oh. These are the kind of thoughts that cross just because I love you so much. What? I want to make you feel. Why are we not highlighting that?
high. David has 2 years on me. I'm 18.
No one's highlighting the I want to make you feel suicidal. I think this man made her kill himself so he doesn't have to seem guilty. You're still going to jail for it, my boy. She might have committed suicide. He cut up the body, I think. To be honest with you. That's a possible. That's a possible.
So in 2023, he'd be around 17 to 18. And that's what he was saying about the relationship at the time. That is crazy. That is disgusting. And then he posted this song earlier this year in March.
Nobody ever caught me without smoking too soon. In the back of the police car, got whatever I know. I ain't telling nothing. Don't say that they ask you about.
And this is just like infinitely more incriminating, but it's recent.
What?
It's almost like he felt emboldened by being so open about the crime he was committing in his music. But even generally speaking, there's so many odd clips that are being put into question now, like the one where David talks about retiring and going off the grid.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying? Why are you saying that like you're not like up there, gang?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I'm going crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone.
He says no digital footprint here, but the irony is that that's all he left behind. He left a neat trail for everybody to follow and learn that he was the person behind this depravity.
I don't care about the law when I'm with you, 'cause I be breaking it all the time. And I don't really mean to cause no issue.
I think what makes clips like these so eerie to me,
Bruh, who pays to listen to this, bruh? I can find this at the San Diego County Fair on my mama. What? I can do this. Give me a mic and a stage. I'm doing this. Give me the chili.
is that David keeps referencing law enforcement. He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows that he'd be locked up if the truth were to ever be revealed, but this clip is from 2023. So at this point, it feels like a motif that's referencing something even more sinister, the passing of Celeste and her abuse.
It was cool if she hated it. I played it for her in the car, and she was like, David, this song is too violent. You're talking about killing people in your music? No, not my son. I was like, wait, I might be onto something. So I dropped it right after that. And it went crazy. TikTok, viral, 1 million views overnight. I was like, oh yeah, we cooking, boy.
Obviously, this is another clip where you can just say, oh my goodness, this is crazy. His mom was worried about him dropping a song where he talks about murder. But it's not just the fact that his mom had something to say, but the eerie messages that were found on Discord. And I know, we're going back to Discord, but it's not my fault. Starting with this screenshot of David calling someone a fed because they posted a photo of him and Celeste. I don't know what to say. This nigga's Black Epstein, bro. There were also these 2 leaks. The first one being Discord messages of David saying how much he likes gore. And let's keep it real. If someone is just sitting down and watching gore, they have problems. I understand we're desensitized these days, but genuinely liking gore, sitting down and watching it is just crazy. It's definitely a sign of a larger problem in the background. There's also this screenshot which I'm leaning towards it being fake because it's genuinely just an admission of guilt and like the pure
Dumbass, bro. What? You're performing and shit. Why would you be a suspect? I won't. They find it so quick though. Was planning on being out of the U.S. before shit went down. Yeah, this shit is crazy fake. Yeah, I wouldn't believe it at all. Saying this is real is like saying Kim Kardashian got no surgery.
purest form of what that means. I really hope nobody is faking stuff like this because, oh my goodness. There was also an account named Moji saying some crazy stuff. Like this screenshot where he just talks about butchering women. And I know, it seems crazy. And people thought this was David, especially given what happened to Celeste's body. However, Moji came out and said he's not David, which I think that's probably likely because when shit like this happens, weirdos pop up out the woodworks and do stuff for attention. And it really sucks for us because now it's being utilized in the misinformation that's being spread. Also sucks to say, but one of the people I mentioned for my first David video was also seen in 2024 trying to talk about David and how he's a and saying how he likes kids. And when
Damn.
confronted about having proof, this person sent Celeste being posted missing on Instagram. So it wasn't anything that was not in the open. Now, before I move on to the next information I have for you guys, I think I accidentally stumbled onto a weird propaganda campaign that's going on in the shadows. His Twitter account is alleging that people in Aiden Ross's community are being paid crypto to push a pro-fascist campaign and to push a positive PR campaign for David. I'm not sure how to feel about any of this, but am I gonna count it out? Hell no. Get woke, get informed. We are in some crazy times, and we already know what side of the fence Aiden
Man, shout out Aiden Ross. So y'all try to talk Aiden Ross into this shit?
lies on. So is it out of the realm of possibility? Definitely not. Now, Celeste's brother and sister both spoke on the situation, with the brother confirming that David was waiting for her to turn 18 so they could get married. And he even sent photos of Celeste that nobody had to prove he was her real brother. I don't really want to share them, so I won't. The sister posted basically saying that this account is not a scam and that it's meant to support and help Celeste, and that the police are investigating, and that they got told they shouldn't post any archive.
Gracias por todo. Thank you all for your support. It means a lot. That's what this means. Earlier I translated it. This time I actually earlier I said it. This time I'll translate it just in case you guys didn't know what that meant.
Because it's evidence now. The sister also posted a photo of Celeste, but same thing, I don't want to share it. And another thing I found was a TikTok comment from 2024 that was also trying to expose David, so it just further proves niggas knew and nobody put forth the proper effort in making this widely available information. Then a screenshot of a message was posted talking about how David and Celeste met. And apparently they met on Fortnite in 2021 when Celeste was 11. This message also backs up the gore stuff and even says Celeste would use a joke as a follow-up after claiming David would rape her, which reminds me of the first clip where she seemingly joked about how David was kids, and it really messes me up trying to process this because that's a child, but she's saying exactly what was happening. It makes me think that she had clashing feelings. It's clear David groomed her, but maybe as she was getting older, the reality of the situation clicked, and for all that to happen to such a young girl.
And that's no different than a woman that says that in a relationship with a man that beats her and she always goes back to him. She's desensitized, man. She's so used to it that it's just like that's how she copes. That's her coping mechanism. That's sad to see, and someone that you see is 13 years old, 14 years old. You're too young to even know that. Like, you should be like getting ready for school tomorrow. Like, what is happening out here?
Like, we gotta do better. And then this bastard was spotted on Fortnite, bruh. So he just don't give a damn. But that's all the David information I have. This is probably my last video on it, unless some crazy stuff happens. But next video is gonna be different. Gonna expand this conversation. We're gonna talk about the people who failed Celeste because we gotta address the root. I also want to mention David was censoring information that's critical of him on his subreddit, or at least that's what's being claimed.
We've seen that. Let's see what they got here.
The body of a teenager was discovered in a Tesla that has been linked to him. From canceled tours to... Now, investigators are digging deeper into this case. We are too, and for that, I want to bring on a special guest. I want to bring in Matthew Irvine, who's a retired detective and law enforcement instructor. Thank you so much for coming here on Sidebar. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Jesse.
So based on your experience, how do police, by the way, when they're dealing with, and I wonder if this is a big issue in LA, but how do police deal with prioritizing cases when you have a celebrity, a famous person linked in some way?
I really think they're going to just talk about other shit that we don't care about. These two videos we just watched pretty much gave us all the details we need to see about this video. Let's put the deep dive I have on this one. So the new things we learned so far is that there might be a second Celeste. I do believe there's a second Celeste that is over the age of 21. I think conspiracy theory pain, all right? If we're going to break it down real quick, I honestly assume I don't think she was pregnant. People are saying she's pregnant. I don't think she was pregnant. I think she might have gotten over it, and I think she, you know what I mean, herself. Or he convinced her to. I don't think, because he's so confident in talking, he's going to be like, I have no fingerprints, check the body, blah, blah. I think he's going to say that. Or he's going to say, you know what I mean? She did it herself, and he dismembered the body just because, he didn't want to get caught. Either way, he's still going to jail. He's still going down. It's either that, and I also think there is a second Celeste. We learned that from today. I do believe there's a second Celeste that is over the age, because the video even shows like when they compare the side by sides, they're different. They're different women. I think that one came up after, and he just had an obsession with the skinny Latina type thing, and then her name happened to be Celeste, so he just kind of lucked out. That shit happens. But I do think he did it. I think he either did it and hit it, or she did it to herself and he hit it. Either way, he's going down. There's no in between on that. Manager's fired for sure. Manager, you lost your job. Whoever that dude was, he's gone. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one. I'm gonna come back. I think I'm just gonna look up some stuff. Might react to music, some body cam videos in like maybe like 40 minutes. I'm gonna go eat something real quick. Come back and just stay on for a couple hours.